Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. If you see my face on your screen, then yes, you do know what time it is. It is time for yet another episode of Eddie G's Comic Culture. Thank you guys for tuning in and welcome back. If this is your first time stopping over at the show, welcome. This is a show that basically I discuss nothing but pop culture, comic books, movies, music, video games, action figures, reviewing things from films and cartoons, TV shows, things of that nature from the past, present, and the future as well. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Just in case you guys didn't know, the show is still sponsored by my great folks and family over at Black Apparel. So, make sure you stop over that website right about now at www.blackapparelblk.com. Shout out to my brother Kevin out in New Jersey. He's got some brand new exclusive gear on the website for you guys. So, make sure you got the fall starting up. I know the weather's dropping. It's getting a little chillier outside. So, if you want to get some nice drip, make sure you stop on by and check it out. Of course, sending special shout outs to my Instagram family, Blu-ray Dan, Nerdy Blurb TV, of course, AJ, everybody, Channel 3 Productions, of course, Wins Collectibles. Make sure you check his YouTube channel as well. He's got some beautiful, wonderful content. And, before I go any further, please do not forget that make sure you stop on by at MaximCoverGirl.com and support my dear friend Salim Diaz as she embarks on this journey. The vote is still going on at MaximCoverGirl.com/2019/Zalim-Diaz. So I'll have that posted up on my social media and Instagram story as well. So you guys can make sure you check it out. Once again, that website is MaximCoverGirl.com /2019/Zalim-Diaz. So make sure you support her. And if you want, you can do it. There's two votes. You can do a free daily vote via Facebook, and there's also a vote where you can actually purchase an additional vote, which would actually send that donation over to the Wounded Warriors Project for homeless veterans. So it's for a wonderful cause. Make sure you do so if you can. If you can't, then it's fine as well. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys, and let's get back into it. Let's get into the business. Okay, so the reason why I'm making this video right about now, obviously, if you guys didn't know, then now you know. This Thursday night, we will be seeing the highly anticipated release of Todd Phillips' Joker. That's right, the Joker film that has been in production. We've been all having all kinds of. It's been an origin film actually. That's been in production for some time that we've all known about. We've had now after the trailers and TV spots, it looks like it's really taking off. It made a huge splash over at the Toronto International Film Festival earlier this year, as well as the Venice Film Festival as well. Critics all over the world have been revering it. There's been some negative aspects of it, and we're gonna get into that. I want to get into that later. First things first. I'm super excited for this because I always knew how Joaquin Phoenix was always a pretty good actor. He was an excellent actor. Let's fuck it. So this was actually really the fact that when I heard that he was the main go-to reason as to why I wanted to see this movie ever since I heard the announcement. When I knew that he was attached to the film, right away I was already confirmed as a dead giveaway. I was a little concerned in the beginning because I knew it was Todd Phillips, and I don't really know. I know him only from his comedic work, such as Old School and the Hangover films, and so on and so forth. So I didn't really see it what I'm saying. Like I didn't get a chance to see any of his other works outside of that. But give or take, given what I've seen from just off the footage alone, the teasers as well as the trailer in itself, the trailers in itself, it's gonna be it looks like it looks very avant-garde set. The cinematography looks gorgeous. The film takes place. It looks like it did a fantastic job on the cinematography because the film takes place in Gotham City, 1981, and they really, like, as I was watching the film, as I see the TV spots, the snippets here and there, it's like they really went all out. Like, holy shit, this really does look a lot like New York City, back in 1981 at that time. Even though I was born that year, but if I'm a nostalgia fanatic. I don't know, like I don't know about you guys. I'm also kind of a history. I'm also kind of a history buff. So I was always deep into looking into like New York City's back, you know, back catalog as far as like the footage about it's pretty much it's social history with living in it was I don't know how can I say it. It was a very decadent time during that time. I guess in the 70s and 80s, and give and take. If you got going through all the footage from back then, it's like it gives off that vibe. Like like it was a real hell at that time. And considering that New York City is also considered Gotham City, anyways, it was a perfect marriage. So that's off the bat. The cinematography I think just looks amazing. The scene where he's in the bus and he's making faces with the little kid, that bus in itself, that bus model, like everything just looked so gritty and grungy, like the way it did back in the day. So it just that looks amazing. Let's get to the point, the nitty gritty of this whole shit. Basically, the comparisons of Heath Ledger and Joaquin. We all know it's coming. We all know that it's gonna get here eventually, sooner or later. Um, I'm not gonna fall into that. I'm not gonna fall into that because I know for a fact that if you don't know if you haven't recognized the pattern as to how the Joker is, the iterations for the Joker on the big screen. I really don't know what to tell you anymore. Every one of these actors are going to be something different, and they always and each one of them. And now dating back to Cesar Romero in the original Batman series, each one of these actors have brought something so unique to the role that it's just they've left the mark that can never be that'll never be it can't be etched or anything like that. It's just a legacy in its own right. So that's one of the main things about the Joker that's so I guess attracting in that sense because you could really do anything with his character. His backdrop literally changes at any given time. The man says it himself in one of his books. When it comes to when it comes to my past, I'd actually prefer it to be multiple. I'd rather I prefer it to be multiple choice. So that right there, in a sense, just lets you know what kind of freedom that you can have with this character, and throughout the years. Um, the books have really expressed how far off the deep end they really go. If you've been a collector like I've been a collector, if you've been reading comic books like I've been reading comic books, and you know about the graphic novels, the Batman graphic novels, of course, that are for mature readers that have been out for quite over. There's some out there that are over 30 years old, but there's a lot that they can do and they have done with the Joker as far as taking him over, taking him there into the mad and the macabre. So with that, it's like I'm really excited to see how far off the deep end they're gonna go with this, considering the fact that the movie is rated R. And given that, I want to discuss on this also as well. Um, Look, I understand that the movie's been catching a lot of controversy. It's getting a lot of people talking. It's definitely getting a lot of people talking due to its violent nature. And I gotta say, this isn't the first time we've seen this. This isn't the first time we've seen this type of reaction to any kind of medium in entertainment, whether it be movies or video games, to make some sort of a splash like that garners that kind of reaction. The only thing I could say is, it's just go in there with an open mind because it does touch up on a lot of topics. That's exactly what I'm like I keep it like I'm actually gonna go with my father to see the film, and I'm actually like been preparing him mentally, like be ready for certain things that's not gonna be you know the norm for you to see. So at that point, like I want to because of that that kind of the topics of mental illness and sort of it's sort of unsettling for a lot of people. You know, it's still kind of taboo, which is really stupid to me, honestly. Because well, it's not stupid. Let me rephrase that. It's just awkward to me because it's just it is a problem. It's mental. We have to be. I'm glad that that media is really taking the time out to bring awareness to mental health, but we really have an issue here with a lot of it. It's a big problem I believe it's a big problem today that a lot of people are trying to, I guess, shy away from for whatever reason. I don't know. But that, and I can't say, and I can't say as to what, what makes these people really, move on to. I know a lot of it has to deal with paranoia because, if you look back in the days and you look at the history of things like let's say Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto, for instance, they've been accused of all kinds of madness throughout the years since their debut, and they stirred up quite the they stirred up quite the pot, when it came out upon release. A lot of parents, I guess, a million moms as well. And then on top of that, even with today's certain programming with Lucifer, and the million moms that were against the show as well, that were going off to get, because of the show's dark nature, of course. So, with that being said, I know a lot of it is paranoia. I don't feed into that. However, given the fact that it's been sort of, sensationalized, and I understand, this has a lot to do with the Aurora, Colorado shooting that took place years back upon the release of The Dark Knight Rises. Um, be careful is what I could say this weekend going to the movies. Um, Also, I anticipate the theaters to be very, packed with police presence. So I wouldn't be, I'd pretty much, if there's anybody, I wouldn't be acting any kind of crazy this weekend if I was in, anybody in the general public, just throwing it out there in the general, as a message. Don't do no stupid shit this weekend in the theaters, because nine times, there are going to be cops there. There will be police on guard. This is more than likely going to be nationwide from all over the country. So with that being said, just keep your eyes open. I don't expect nothing to happen because, as I said before, there's going to be I expect a very heavy police presence in all of the theaters across the country. So but yeah, just like that this whole age-old argument of whether it's going to inspire this, inspire that, that's constantly an age-old argument, and it goes nowhere. It really goes nowhere because it just doesn't get anything. It's yammering to me. Honestly, it's just pointless yammering. They're gonna do something like, entertainment does not dictate the day-to-day life actions of everyday people. It just doesn't, despite what they want you to believe. But I'll say this: it's getting a lot of publicity for the film, and it's gonna drag it. It's gonna get a lot more traction for that. So that's pretty awesome. And basically, that Crisis on Infinite Earths. I know you guys have seen this. I was actually surprised. So Brandon Routh is actually going to be reprising Superman in the Crisis on Infinite Earths episode this fall. And he's coming back, and I cannot believe he's coming back as the Kingdom Come Superman based on the Alex Ross story. And if you guys have not seen that image of him in the costume test, I suggest you stop what you're doing right now and go check it out. That is the best. I think, to me, that is one of the best Superman costumes to date. To date, this is better than this could have been this is perfection. Like, that was like this one. Like, honestly, this is his uniform for the king. His uniform for this crossover event is so much better than anything else I've seen. I'd say it's almost better than the Man of Steel and BVS costumes, and those were pretty dope too, considering the fact. The only thing is that they could have been a little bit more classic with the Superman outlook, but of course, we have the future installments for that, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Job well done. Now I'm actually gonna watch this Crisis crossover, because I was really kind of on the fence about it. Yeah, even when they mentioned Tom Mulling's return as Clark Kent, I was like, okay. But then when I saw Brandon Routh in his costume, in his king, I was like, mind blown, completely done, sold. Watching it, I don't give a shit. I'm DVRing it if I have to, but I am gonna catch this series. And a lot of rumors have been going around, rumbling underground about J.J. Abrams and James Gunn. It sounds like either there's been some rumblings going on the Superman front as far as the cinematic universe is concerned. However, at this point, if there's no concrete script, pretty much there's been some rumor. I believe that they've been saying that J.J. Abrams is looking to reboot and recast Superman, and at this point, I don't see a reason why he shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've already wasted enough time. Um, the supporting cast from the Man of Steel universe is gone, so at this point, this is all just speculation, mind you. But it leaves me to open. Like, I gotta be honest with you, these are hopeful. This is actually hopeful news. This is hopeful news. The only ones that I've been seeing people that are against it have been the Snyder bots. But other than that, to me, this is hopeful news. And the only thing that this makes me wonder is just like, when are we gonna start getting some trailers? First of all, I'm surprised that we're not getting, like, we haven't gotten a teaser trailer yet for Wonder Woman 1984, and it's already gonna be October. So at least give us a teaser trailer from, like they couldn't have done that, but I don't know what's going on with that. But this is just a strain of the waiting game, because we know, we can't do nothing until the next conventions comes around, and then the studio and Warner Brothers and DC actually confirms it. But we just have to go on speculation, and considering the fact that they missed out on San Diego this summer, it kind of it kind of brings us to that impasse. So it's just like, that purgatory of Jesus, what's gonna happen or what's not gonna happen. But honestly, as I'm saying this, I believe that these rumors are definitely good news to actually revamp. Because if that's the case, if you could have James Gunn along with J.J. Abrams, and then you have Patty Jenkins and was that other guy, David F. Sandberg, the director of Shazam, and James Wan. Like, you could actually have a good. That's a pretty good team to set up, and to restart and jumpstart this universe all over again. But like I said, this is just all speculation and wishful thinking on my part, honestly. But like I said, hopefully we'll get some kind of news or confirmation soon enough. I know NYC Comic Con is this weekend as well. So make sure you check that out. Also, I have my friend Dennis Knight who's going to be out there, so make sure you check out his booth. I'm going to be posting his booth number on my Instagram story, so make sure you guys check that out. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in as I close this episode out. It was a blessing to keep doing this show with you guys over and over again. I hope you guys are having a great week and a blessed one at that. Make sure you stay safe out there. Enjoy the movie. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and shoot me a comment down below so we could talk, so we could jam and have a one-on-one. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the love. Thank you and have a great one. Take care. Peace.